Today in this video, we're going to talk about why right now is still not the time to buy a house and why you need to learn to be content. Check it out. Hi, I'm Rhonda Burgess. I'm a real estate broker and mortgage underwriter here in the Nashville, Tennessee area, and my firm is Southern Living Realty Partners. Hey. This is more like I'm on a personal tip, but I just want to say that now is still not the time to buy. No. I know the other day the feds actually lowered the federal funds rate a quarter of a point, and interest rates actually went up a little bit. Now it's still not the time. I still see a big crash coming. I still see maybe not necessarily a crash, but I see prices definitely going to come down in most markets because they just went too high. But mainly I wanted to say this to especially my subscribers and everything. I look and I see who's subscribing and who's watching and all that good stuff, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I think now is a time when you need to learn to be content. I know it's a lot of craziness going on right now. It's a lot of craziness going on, especially in the U.S. right now. Worldwide, but especially in the U.S. I know a lot of my viewers are on the younger side, are under 30, 35. And I know a lot of you have recently graduated from college or high school even, and you are at this point where you're trying to find your place in the world and go forward. The job market is brutal. It is brutal. If don't nobody else understand, I understand. I know a lot of people my age. I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen X, and like my mom is boomer, right? A lot of people my age and older don't understand the job market because it's a job market that we have never seen. Because, when I was coming up, when I was in my 20s and 30s, you could get a job, it wasn't a big deal to get a job. And we would get, decent paying jobs and everything. And you could job hop, especially in my 20s. I mean, we could job hop all day long. It's not that way anymore. You are getting rejected left and right and center. You're getting rejection letters. Sometimes you're not even getting a rejection letter. You're just getting ghosted. You've applied hundreds of places, if not 1,000, and you're getting rejected. I see you. I'm sorry. If I could give you a big hug, I would. If I could give you a big hug, I would. I understand. It is brutal out here. It was already brutal with all these corporations maximizing profits above people. It's been that way for a while. I guess that's capitalism. But it's been even worse these last few years. And these corporations don't care about anybody. They're not hiring. Now they want to push this come back to the office, which is really messing with a lot of people, putting them back into long commutes and everything, and it's just a hot mess. And then they've got all these fake job postings out here, and you feel like you're losing your mind because you're applying, you're qualified. They putting out job postings where you need a master's degree for $12 an hour. You're not crazy. They crazy. But I see you. I want to acknowledge you because it sucks. It sucks royally. Okay? Still on that job tip for 1 second. My daughter, she's 26. She turned 26 in May. She graduated from high school in 17. She graduated from college at the end of 19, right before COVID. And, she was a culinary student, and she wanted to be a chef. She loved to cook. And then here comes the pandemic, and it's been buck wild ever since. It's been crazy, especially in the hospitality industry. And, she has switched industry. She's now in the medical field because, after we paid for college and she couldn't get a job following the pandemic, here we go, paying for her to become a phlebotomist and a medical assistant, a certified medical assistant, and other things. And she had applied to hundreds, if not thousands of places since she had graduated. And even if I take out the COVID years, even if I take out 2021, I mean, come on, it has sucked. And the job market is horrible. So I want you to know that I see you, because I've dealt with this. I've heard, I have, we pay for professional resumes and everything, and we've done everything. And she just now, since I want to say July or August, she got a job working as a medical assistant, phlebotomist, everything, with a local physician here. And it's just the physician herself. I mean, she's a small shop, but her existing medical assistant / phlebotomist was moving or doing something different, going back to school or whatever. So this position came up, and luckily my daughter applied for it and they hit it off, and she's been working there ever since. The other day, we've been going through such angst and such, you just feel so helpless, so useless. And I know you feel that way as the person applying for the job, but us parents and family members, we feel just as helpless with you because we can't fix it. I'm a fixer. And so I haven't been able to fix that no matter what I did, And so it's been very frustrating on both fronts. I'm going to put in one thing right here, and I'm going to swing back around to it because y'all know how I go. But anyway, so, we had been looking at, she wanted to buy a house. And with the job situation, that's just been, that hasn't been able to happen. Luckily, with the housing market being as stupid as it is, especially here in the Nashville area, her lease is up next month on her lease is up on her apartment, and they actually lowered the rates. We're going to be paying less going forward because they can't, they've overbuilt. If a lot of places are like Nashville, the Nashville area, they've overbuilt, way overbuilt. I saw something the other day that said we have like 4,200 vacant apartments just in Nashville. And remember, we don't live in Nashville. We live in the next county over. So you can just imagine how much overbuilt and how overpriced and over everything this mess is. Okay. So that was one good thing, that her monthly rents is actually going down. It is going down. So that's a good thing. I'm telling you all this because my mother had a conversation with my daughter while I was out of town. And she asked my daughter, "How are you? How you doing?" And my daughter said, "Nana, I'm content." That's a big that's a big upgrade, because she's went from being tense and angry and anxious and just in general emotional upheaval because of everything that's going on right now, because of the economy, because of not being able to get a job. She was hustling, she was doing roadie, she was doing, the gig economy, the apps and everything, and that only goes so far. So for her to say she's content, because she's a high-strung, high-powered person, she really is. That says a lot, that she's content. So that's what I want to tell you all. You may not be where you want to be right now. You may not have the job that you want. You may be doing the gig economy. You may be doing whatever you got to do to survive. And I want to applaud you for doing whatever you got to do to survive. I see you. I see you. So sometimes you have to just step back and look and see if you made it through today, if you made it through this week, if you've made it this far this year, but you're still not where you want to be, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you just have to be content with getting through one day at a time. My daughter said she was content because she had a job. They look forward. She said, the doctor looks forward to seeing me every day when I do come to work. I go to work every day. I got something to get up for. I'm cool. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get a house anytime soon. I don't even know if I want a house, but at least my rent's going down. She was like, I am just content. And that's what I just want to tell you, especially my younger people. I'm going to say this for my younger people and for my older people also. Let me touch on y'all for just a second. If you have lost your job, you do not have a job, you've been downsized out of your job, and you're 50 years old or older, the likelihood of you getting another job, slim to none. I saw that too. I'm 55 years old. I'll be 56 in January. Luckily, I am really officially retired according to the VA. And I thank God for my service in the United States Army and for the funds that I'm going to receive for the rest of my life from the VA because of my service. Because if I did not have that, I don't know what I would be doing looking at retirement. And I want you to know that I see you too. Though we have always had the best of intentions. Our generation, Generation X, we done been through everything. We used to come home. We were latchkey kids. We stayed out until the sun came, till the street lights come on, and we was gone all day. We'd be hundreds of miles away from home. I don't want to say we raised ourselves, but, it was a different time. It was a different thought. So then when you get, and then life happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had kids, we had marriages, we had relationships, and it's always it was always, we intended to put away all this money for retirement. We intended for our retirement to be different than our parents. Like, we didn't want to get that gold watch and that was it, but life happens. And so you may not have been able to put up money for retirement, or you put up money for retirement and then life happened, and you had to pull that money back out. Or you've had kids that you're doing the plus loans, you doing this, you paying for college. Like like with my daughter, same difference. You pay for college, you pay for different things because you want your kids to have it easier than what you had it. Not to say that it was terrible. Our upbringing, our young life wasn't terrible, but we've always wanted more for our kids. And so now you find yourself, they're restructuring, they're eliminating, they're doing whatever, and you're finding yourself without a job. Just know I see you too. It does probably feel like the end of the world, but it's going to be okay. You just going to have to think out of the box. You may have to work a little while longer than you wanted to work. And when I say work, I mean you're going to have to do your own thing. You're going to have to do your own thing, or you're going to have to do more of the gig economy or whatever, because the jobs that we grew up with, they don't exist no more. And they don't want old people like us. Because, see, they think they can bring in, like someone in their 20s who worked for less than someone in their 50s with all these years of experience and degrees and all this and all of that. I see you too. I know it's hard to say, be content with this, but you know what? God is still in control. And God is a way maker. He can make a way. You just have to, I think sometimes we just need to just decompress and exhale and know that everything's going to be okay. Because sometimes it don't feel like it. It really don't feel like it. But I want you to know that I see you. And sometimes you just need to be content. For just a minute, because God is a way maker and things can change quickly. So I just want to say, is now the time to buy a house? No, I still see it's going to crash. Is now the time to try to be content, to just give yourself a little peace of mind, just for a minute, just for a day. Do that. Give yourself grace, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made, even if you feel like don't nobody see you in this moment. But I see you. And I want to say you're doing an awesome job. You're still here. You've done an awesome job. And just try to be content with what's going on right now. Again, my name is Rhonda Burgess, and I want to apologize. I didn't mean to get so emotional, but I just want y'all to really know that it's okay. It's okay in spite of everything. And just try to be content and hold out, because joy comes in the morning. Again, you can check out my website or check out the links in the description below. Thank you, and as always, have a blessed day.